and welcome to Cooking with Jerry Estrada. Tonight I'm going to cook a special Puerto Rican friter that's called Empanadas de Carne, which is basically a pastry dough filled with meat. And I'm going to go ahead and take you right now and explain to you what are the ingredients. Well, first of all, I like to make a little shout out to a co-worker at where I work at. His name is Terry Kazor, and we were talking about this, and I told him I was going to make this in his honor. So this one's for you, Terry. All right, so watch how I cook this. So we're going to start off with about a pound of ground beef. We're going to use 2 large cloves of garlic. This is about a cup of onions, or you can use a small to medium onion. I'm going to use a half a cup of green peppers. I'm also about the same size of red peppers. I have about a quarter cup of sliced olives, some tomato paste, about a half a cup. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour that is. I'm going to use special Spanish seasoning that we use. We need oil, salt, and then some condiments for seasoning. And the most important actor of this whole thing here is going to be this. This is the pastry, the dough pastry, which is called la empanada. And this is a good size, and I'm going to show you how we're going to prepare this. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start cooking the meat, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start cooking and preparing the meat. First of all, I like to make references to my other videos. I also, in some other videos, I invite you to go see it. I also do something similar like this. So this kind of recipe, you've seen it before. But I'm going to go ahead and, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put about, say 2 tablespoons of oil. Spread it all over the pan. Right now, I have the heat at about medium to high. And once that's nice and warm, then I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic. I'm going to add the garlic, and I'm going to go ahead and let that cook a little bit. Okay, so here you go. And you can see that I'm cooking the garlic just a bit. I don't want to burn it too much, but this is the perfect time to add the onions, because with the onions now, it will blend in the 2 tastes, and that makes like a really more advanced cooking. Add the oils. I'm sorry, the onions. And like I said, there you want to bring the temperature just a little bit down. You don't want to burn it. I want to go ahead and cook the onions around so they become nice and caramelized, sorry. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the green peppers. The red peppers. And then I'm going to stir this up a little bit for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to add the olives. Hold on 1 second. There. Now I'm going to go ahead and just cook this down a little bit for a minute or 2. Okay, so basically I'm going to go ahead and now put this low and let it kind of cook a little bit there slowly while I start cooking the meat. In the pan over here, I'm going to add just a little bit of oil to the pan, and I'm going to start cooking the meat. And once I put it in a separate pan, I put the meat in a separate pan because this is going to let out a lot of grease and a little bit of oil. So I'm going to go ahead and drain some of that fat out to make it more healthy, a more healthier plate. So to this here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. This is to taste, and I'm going to add some more of this other mixed seasoning. Put a nice generous amount. I'd say maybe 2 tablespoons worth, or maybe a tablespoon and a half. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and then just get in here and just kind of mix it up a little bit as it cooks. Once this starts cooking and it gets to a correct point and I drain it, then we're going to go ahead and put the meat together with the other ingredients. Okay, so we already drained all the fat from this. It's nice and dry, it's nice and lean, and I'm going to go ahead and mix now the meat with the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so now mix this here, and now to this here, I'm gonna go ahead and add the tomato paste. And I'm also going to add the little condiment that has a lot of color. Just need one of those. It's basically a very famous product that a lot of people use in Spanish foods. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix all this, blend this in together, and this is going to cook for about another 5 minutes. Okay, so the meat is cooked. It cooked for another 5-10 minutes, and it's just perfect now. Look at that. I know you can't smell it, but man, this smells really good over here. So now we're going to do the magic. The magic is we're going to go ahead and use the filler, and we're going to start showing you how to prepare the pastry. Now the pastry, you're going to use a little bit of flour, clean the counter nice. This helps the powder is the flour so that the pastry doesn't stick to the surface. So you use one pastry, you put just a little bit, slightly powdered on top, and on the other side just slightly like this. And I go ahead and I also put a little bit here, and on the roller, and I just roll it out a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, now to here, go ahead and I fold it, and to this here, so I'm going to add the meat. I'm using a teaspoon. I put about maybe 2, maybe 3 little teaspoons. You can't put too much meat in it because then you can't close it. Once you close it here, you want to be able to make sure that you make a nice seal so when you fry this, it doesn't open up and leak. You want to blend these pieces, the ends, really well. And one of the ways that we do it is you just take a fork and you blend it in like this. That's how you seal it better. Basically, there is the empanada before it is cut. Oops, this is how you taste it. Oh, so this, you turn it around and make sure it's all blended in. And if not, you can also turn around like this and do it with your hands. In a little bit, roll it, roll it, roll it, all the way around down. The key thing is to make sure this is all blended in so it won't leak. And here you go. We'll be doing one more, and we'll be right back to show you the end product. Okay, so what I did was I used a little bit of water with my fingertips, and I wet the edges, and that way I was able to press it and seal it better together. And now at the end, I finished it off with the fork and gave it that little empanada design. So now I have the oil has been preheating, and I'm gonna go ahead now and fry it. Okay, so here it is, and basically I'm flipping it over, and you can see, it's getting just to the point. You don't want to cook it too much. This is something where this is a real nice golden, nice little brown color on both sides. I'm going to say probably about 5 minutes of frying at about maybe 350, 360 degrees of oil. So just 1 more minute here. And should be almost done. Okay, so once you take it out of the oil like I did, I always recommend to put in a little strainer like this so that the excessive oil can come out. And once you do that, let's go over here. And this is the other one I just cooked. This one's ready to go. See how pretty it looks? And then we'll just see how it is inside. A nice crunchy And there you go. That's the empanada con carne, which is the empanada with meat. Now, I'm going to take a quick bite of this, but this is very hot. Be very careful. I just want to taste it. Mmm. Very yummy. Mmm. This is the crunchy that you want. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. There's also, just for you so you know, I'm also going to do another video and stuffing this with something else next time. So I invite you to watch me for the next video. In the meantime, buen provecho. Thank you for being out here and watching me today with Jerry, cooking with Jerry Estrada. Please like and share this, and I hope you enjoy it and have fun cooking. Have a great night.